accordance with the verdict that the jury has rendered, this court hereby sentences you to 90 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice and a $10,000 fine as imposed by the jury.
Hey team, Brian from Madness and Motive here. Kaitlin Armstrong was just found guilty of murdering Moriah Wilson on the night of May 11th, 2022 in Austin, Texas. She was sentenced to 90 years in prison. For those of you unfamiliar with the case, I wanted to go over some of the details I found from reading over Caitlin's affidavit. And then I want to share some victim impact statements from one of Anna's friends and her mother. Now, from this point on, I'm going to be referring to Anna like her friend and her mother did, and that's Moriah or Mo. Moriah, who is pictured on the right here, was a beautiful 25-year-old up-and-coming star in the cycling world. In fact, that's how she met Colin Strickland, who's pictured center, as he was a professional cyclist as well. According to one witness, they had an on-again, off-again relationship. But most importantly, that relationship overlapped at times with another relationship Colin was having with a woman named Kaitlin Armstrong, who is pictured left. Colin and Kaitlin were on a break from their 3-year relationship when Colin met Moriah. Kaitlin knew about Moriah and was very jealous of her. According to one anonymous caller, upon discovery of Colin and Moriah's relationship, Kaitlin became furious and was shaking with anger, going so far as to say she wanted to kill her. The caller also said that Armstrong mentioned the recent purchase of a firearm. She carefully monitored Colin's behavior through physical and digital stalking. It got to the point where Colin had to change Moriah's name in his phone to conceal their communications from Kaitlin. In January of the same year she was killed, Moriah texted Colin to get clarity on their relationship. And I want to read you that text. "Hey, so I would like to talk to you at some point. I had originally texted you on Friday, but it appears my texts aren't going through again. This weekend was strange for me, and I just want to know what's going on. If you just want to be friends, which seems to be the case, then that's cool. But I'd like to talk about it because honestly, my mind has been going in circles, and I don't know what to think." In her victim impact statement, Moriah's mother did say to Kaitlin directly that if she had spoken to her woman to woman, Moriah would have listened. And based on this text, that appears to be absolutely true. From my reading of Caitlin's affidavit, it seems that Colin was being deceitful on both sides, which in my opinion set the women up for conflict. This brings us to the night of the murder, and I want to take you through a brief timeline of events. First, Colin and Moriah go swimming. After that, they get some food at a place called Pool Burger. At around 8:16 p.m., they leave the parking lot of Pool Burger on Colin's motorcycle. At 8:26 p.m., Caitlin's vehicle is seen driving in close proximity to Colin and Moriah. At 8:35, Colin drops Moriah off at her friend Caitlin's residence where she was staying. She was in from out of town for a cycling event. Just a minute later, the unique code given to Moriah by Kaitlin is used to unlock the door to the residence. Just a single minute later, Caitlin's vehicle appears to stop next to the residence. A neighbor's Ring camera then picks up 3 shots, 2 very close together, then a pause, then one final shot. Also around this time, the property owner of Caitlin's residence told police he could hear someone running down the stairs from above. When Kaitlin came home from a dinner with friends, she found Anna on the floor, covered in blood. She attempted CPR valiantly for 10 minutes until authorities arrived. Forensic evidence linked Caitlin's firearm to the crime scene. She also used a fraudulent passport to leave the country. And while she was away, she got plastic surgery to further conceal her identity and evade capture. After 43 days, authorities caught her in Costa Rica and brought her back to the United States, where she stood trial. The jury found her guilty, and she was sentenced to 90 years in prison. And now I want to play some victim impact statements. First, from Mo's friend Caitlin, who tried to save her life, and then from Mo's mother, a gentle, sweet, articulate woman who radiates love and pain through her words.
Mo once said, "If we're not willing to risk catastrophic failure, we're probably not dreaming, living, or loving the right way." That is profound. That is powerful. That is Mo. She was not afraid to break things to make them better. That's what she's doing to each of us. She's breaking us down and teaching us how to rebuild the world around us in a deeper, more meaningful way. And for that, we have to be grateful. Those closest to her knew she had no limits, and it was an honor, a privilege to be in her orbit, even for only a short time. Even after all of this, I feel hope. I hope that I can live a life that she would be proud of, and I'll carry her with me each day. I choose light, I choose joy, and I choose love. And Caitlin, I really hope that you can find that too.
When you shot Moriah in the heart, you shot me in my heart. You shot Eric and Matt in their hearts. You shot Moriah's cousins and aunts and uncles and all the people who loved her. Pierced their hearts. You will have to live with your choices and its consequences, just like all of us do on this planet. There's no winner in this story. Your actions have caused all sides to suffer. There's a ripple effect of sorrow on sorrow on sorrow. Moriah is free of the sorrow, though. She is more alive today than any of us here. Moriah is in the presence of God's pure light and love, and nothing can ever hurt her again. You killed her earthly body, but her spirit is so very much alive, and you can never change that. I am confident in my hope, so confident in that hope of spending eternity with her and our loving Creator who made this vast and beautiful universe.